Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC. Yeah, this is without a doubt going to be one of the more repetitive segments, and yeah, as you can tell, there's more cutscenes stacked up on top of everything that you've already seen beforehand in the Keyblade Graveyard, particularly this kind of Severance portion that we're at now. But yeah, the first two, again, particularly akin to the two we're choosing here, between helping out Mickey and, you know, Riku with our retrospective bosses. Well, yeah, I mean, this is probably where some of the less interesting stuff comes in, but though you do get some nice character moments and, you know, additional bonus scenes that I imagine a lot of people wanted to see in the base game, but, yeah, sadly we're relegated towards here. Whether for time, whether for budgetary constraints, who knows really, but in the meantime, however, I am debating on whether or not I let some of these play, or if I just used editing chaos control to sort of cut down some of these segments a little bit, because sweet crispy Jesus, apart from the segments that just sort of add, you know, the phantom commentary from Ghostly Sora, as well as a few additional twists here and there, it can be a bit, how you say, crap. But to lighten things, in terms of a lighter mood gameplay-wise, yeah, you actually do get to play as some additional characters. In this case, you get to play as Riku, Aqua, and indeed a little special someone, Roxas. I don't even know why I really bothered to not spoil that, because, you saw him return in, well, the Sky of Severance. But yeah, as with everything else, the fights pretty much play out the same way that they did before, but there are some additional scenes, particularly in the regards to, you know, the Birth by Sleep and 3-5 out of a 2 days trio, so, yeah, Riku does get one additional scene, I guess meant to be highlighting his, you know, love for Naminé. Damn it, my Christopher Lee voice, it's fading! But yes, his love of Naminé, with an additional scene by the time you defeat Dark Riku, and of course the false Ansem, and then of course Lushu. I mean, I guess, again, for the sake of clearing everybody up, yeah, basically Eye Patch Man is now Lushu, because current revelations. And I suppose I kind of talk about it while we have the chance, slash, because god I need anything to fill up these boss battles. Yeah, two things I want to point out, first of which being is that, yeah, Lushu is pretty much the second in command of the Master of Masters, so, yeah, Zigbar, he was manipulating Xehanort pretty much throughout his entire life, and in turn, well, yeah, he's pretty much going to be our, deuter-antagonist, secondary antagonist, the dragon, as TV Tropes likes to put it. But yeah, needless to say, he's got quite a complex little backstory, does, Lushu, and, yeah, it'll remain to be seen what Kingdom Hearts 4 does with his character. As for anything else, though, in terms of where Riku's at in the game, I want to say he's pretty much set at level 50, as is the case with, I believe, Aqua and Roxas, so yeah, I'm not exactly going to be trouncing a lot of these boss fights in the same way that I did as Sora, where I was pretty much double their strength, so, yeah. Needless to say, you're going to be seeing a few unique abilities of the characters, so, I mean, again, you're going to be pretty much be getting Riku's unique, sort of, you know, Dark Faraga, you know, shield barriers, stuff like that comes with his Braveheart Keyblade. Again, like, I mean, again, it's not quite as extensive as Sora's moveset, nor Riku's moveset from games past, such as Chain of Memories or Dream Drop Distance, but again, for the sake of adding variety, it is pretty nice that we do get to play as a lot of these characters, and though some might be a bit disappointed that we don't get to play as characters the likes of, you know, Terra, Shion, you know, Axel, or anything else, it is a bit of a shame, but at the same time, we do get to control them to some capacity in the Remind DLC, but, yeah, that's, later to come, by the time we get out of the muck, and start getting into the luck, because of later stuff that is pretty damn fucking cool. Again, like, these first two videos of the Remind DLC will probably make you think that you're just seeing the same shit again, and again, I get the impression that, again, this being a DLC that takes place after the main game might make it feel a little bit more repetitive than in fact it is, because in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, when you saw the additional scenes as part of those final mix variants, a lot of those were something you experienced on the path of your story. So had it been released, and it does actually make me wonder for future Kingdom Hearts 3 re-releases going forward for future console generations, is that if, again, are they going to include these Remind DLC scenes as its own thing? Because, I mean, it is technically its own story. Or will they include these additional scenes as you're playing along with the story, and therefore cutting down on repetition when you play through it again? Curiosity for another day, I suppose, but, yeah, I mean, it would pay dividends to at least cut down on repetition compared to anything else, but again, I mean, this part 1 is really the only hurdle, and it it is a bit of a disappointment because, I mean, while it isn't exactly the beginning of the game, I mean, your first and last impression of anything, really, is what you experience at the beginning, so, yeah. Jury's still out depending on how people feel about the Remind DLC. I do know a lot of people who were disappointed in it, but then again, who isn't disappointed by anything that fails to meet their expectations in today's day and age of hyperbolic? It's either, you know, a kiss from an angel or a devil's hand job. And again, so I suppose since I can commentate over some of these cutscenes here and there, I can say that I do think it was kind of odd to bring back the whole Riku replica plot, since I felt like that was readily sold by Chain of Memories, but I suppose this in and of itself is meant to be, well, I suppose the crescendo to Riku's inner struggles with darkness, really. Or at least putting the kibosh on his past, you know, the whole, again, this being the end of the Dark Seeker saga, Riku's whole arc of turning evil, and seeing that as a reflection of himself in his replica from Chain of Memories. I don't know, I guess it does bookend Riku's character arc, which I guess does clear the stage for other characters potentially taking the spotlight for Kingdom Hearts 4. Which, I mean, at this stage I really am hoping Kairi does take a little bit more of a center role, since, again, Riku, much as I love the guy, I feel like he has sort of come full circle as a well-rounded character, and, yeah, I mean, again, I'm not gonna say that he's gonna disappear entirely. I mean, after all, you will be seeing him in, future games, so don't worry, have no fears. David Gallagher's got paychecks for years. Like when Riku gets a cell phone, do-do-do-do-do. But yeah, I am also hoping that we develop some of the other core cast members of the Kingdom Hearts franchise that haven't quite seen as much development up to that point. In this case, the likes of being, well, Lushu, Demix, Luke Sword, and of course a few other characters here and there that we haven't quite seen just yet.
You know who I mean.
But in any case, so, that's pretty much the body that Nomine got.
You're saving her.
Yes, we're saving her. Because goodness knows Nomine has suffered enough. I mean, again, remembering back to her life in Castle Oblivion, Nomine had a hard life. So really, I mean, out of all the characters who've suffered quite a bit, and let's be honest, in Kingdom Hearts, like, for as lighthearted of a series as it is, a lot of people have fucking suffered, man, so, yeah. Ever that contrast between lighthearted friendshipiness and, you know, some really macabre, disturbing, traumatic stuff going on. Yeah, man, it hits a bit of a sweet spot, really. And now, back to Lushu. Now, again, to sort of capitalize on what we were talking about beforehand with this whole idea of, you know, Lushu being the one guarding the box for so many eons, there is actually a Union Cross CG movie called Kingdom Hearts Union Cross back cover that does sort of cover the main procs of the, you know, the Master of Masters, what he was doing, and, you know, some of the foretellers by, you know, introducing us to what they were doing. And, yeah, basically it revolved around the whole idea of there being a traitor. In this case, it's basically well, like, I'm not really too sure who was the implied traitor. It was either meant to be, Ava, who was the one that didn't show up in the final cutscene of Kingdom Hearts 3, or it was meant to be, the Master of Masters himself. And again, in the sense, basically, he pretty much intentionally tempted darkness into the hearts of each of the foretellers, so that way they could inhabit the Seven Darknesses and eventually return to the, well, the land of the living in Kingdom Hearts 3, 4, whatever, so that they could ostensibly find a way to defeat darkness once and for all, which the Master of Masters has had a lot of experience with, and, well, before he was a master of indeed masters, well, he was basically looking for a way to defeat darkness as a sentient entity, and pretty much eliminate it from the universe. In this case, you saw that Xehanort tried to do it by means of a world purge, and then creating basically an entire new realm bereft of darkness, but that failed. So now the Master of Masters is back to pretty much enact his plan, whatever that may be, and, yeah, that's what we have left to see in Kingdom Hearts 4. But yeah, the short and sweet of it is that, yeah, Lushu pretty much started off as, pretty much a guy obeying his master's every order as a very naive kind of dude, and then he eventually went to become a bit of a manipulator kind of guy himself, so, yeah, it's all very swings and roundabouts, his, mastery and apprenticeship. But yeah, needless to say, the Gazing Eye Keyblade, as you could tell in the final cutscene of him going, finally, back where it belongs. Yeah, before it belonged to Xehanort, and before that, Master Odin, yeah, it actually belonged to, Lushu. And then it previously belonged to the Master of Masters, who, yeah, if you want to know what that little eye inside that Keyblade actually is, yeah, that is actually the Master of Masters' eye. A blue eye. And notice one of our main characters, who hasn't been declared a Keyblade Master, even though he clearly has the skill, also has blue eyes. It's funny. Makes me wonder what would happen to this lost master. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be the last we're going to be hearing of, Lushu / Zigbar, Brag, Broggy, whatever's your poison. And he's pretty much persona non grata until Kingdom Hearts 4, where he can continue his merry way in manipulation and teasing Sora once more. Poor Sora. Never catches a break, does our little lad. But in any case, yeah, some new cutscenes are about to spawn up of what happens after Sora leaves, and, well, Riku getting to meet Demyx, who I don't think he had any extended interaction with before, but hey, it gets to reference what I believe was an old webcomic from the It was either an old webcomic or was like an old meme from like 2006 era internet that I'm surprised the Japanese developers had actually heard of, but, yeah, Demyx time. It's, it goes a long way, baby.
I'll be back. After all of this is over.
Hey!
Huh?
I thought you'd be gone by now.
You're the organization.
Whoa, chill out. I'm not here to fight, I promise. Listen, name's Demyx. It's a long story, but I'm sorta on your side. Oh, right. Here. See? All the cool kids have one, right? Yenzo got me this. Enough proof for you?
Why are you here?
I'm on a top secret mission. Apparently, they're looking to find themselves another replica. I heard a rumor that I could maybe find one here from Yenzo. So, I've just been killing time. Yeah.
You sure you know what you're doing?
Don't worry about it. Not to brag, but I've done this before.
That's not just an empty vessel. It's filled with important memories. Promise me, you'll be careful with it. Deliver it safely, okay?
Demyx time!
Yep, had to get one in where. And yes, Riku, you were right to do that, to groan at his insolence. But yeah, compared to, the other part of this kind of severance, where you had tertiary puzzle elements of dodge out of the way before the door shuts, yeah, you don't have to do any of that here, so, yeah. And, something to also point out as we make our way towards Mickey, yeah, none of the things, in terms of anything, really changed, so again, you don't get to play as Mickey, sadly. The only real difference between this fight and the one in the vanilla version is that you basically get to use, Mickey as a team-up attack, where you pretty much get to use the Final Fantasy ability, kind of similar to the Holy Burst ability in Chain of Memories, but, yeah, that's pretty much it, so nothing really changes in terms of anything else, so yes, it's time for a time-honored tradition here at the skullfirecomms.com.org/Solidus-Skully.au, where I use editing chaos control. So yeah, none of the reactions change, you don't get any additional interactions with Luke Sword, Loxane, or Marluxia, so yeah, speeding things along, we'll pretty much get to the more relevant parts of the game later. Padding out for time by singing. Alright, that's enough. Editing chaos control, activate.
Look closely. That's not Terra.
Maybe not, but I'm still going to keep calling his name. We have to light his way home.
Then,
Hey guys, feeling a little left out here.
Vanitas, you're coming home too.
Huh? But my home is in you. You know what'll happen, right? I'll just disappear inside of you forever. Don't you have any love at all for your own brother?
We're not brothers. We're the same.
Huh? You believe that? Then you really are naive.
Huh?
This may shock you, but we're not the same like you think. I was just hidden deep inside of you for a really long time. All Xehanort did was tear me right out of you.
Then go back to where you came from.
Make me.
If it's darkness you're looking for, Ventus, then I have more than enough to go around.
stop! Quit using our friend for your games!
A Keyblade Master wielding your key in anger? Shameful.
We have unfinished business. I fell into darkness, and for 10 years I wandered through the Dark Realm. Now, I'm finally here. And I want only one thing, with all my heart. Xehanort. I'm casting you out of Terra forever!
Now we return, playing as Aqua, who, again, in a similar vein to Riku, also has the, the other versions of the shotlocks, where basically you need to do it multiple times, as opposed to, getting a pretty much 2 tiers of shotlock. Again, akin to what Sora had, you either max it out to get the max ability, or you just get the smaller ability. Yeah, kind of weird how to have 2 different shotlocks, specifically for Riku and Aqua as opposed to Sora, but I don't know, variety is the spice of life, I suppose, but, yeah, again, if you played as Aqua before, you pretty much have the same sort of abilities that apply. Just, Spellweaver is pretty much your transformation, so yeah, nothing really to worry about right here. Although, as we continue down the path, as Sora eventually arrives, yeah, we will finally start to get, a little unique ability to play with. As, unlike Mickey, we get to, select between playing as Sora again, or Aqua. And, kind of speaking of which, actually, I've always, played as, the other characters whenever I got to this point in the Remind DLC, so with some of the more unique team-up attacks, particularly what you're going to be seeing here between Aqua and Ventus, I don't know if you can pull it off similarly with, Sora. I'm gonna say no, but, yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to see what happens if you get the same sort of stuff as Sora, but in any case, that's for a future playthrough to, sort of espouse, remark, whatever, really. But yeah, let's give Aqua a little bit more love with her unique abilities. And, yeah, the battle against Vanitas and, Terra Xehanort. Yeah, we actually are going to get a little bit of a revelation as to what happened afterwards, because you might remember that the last time we encountered Terra Xehanort, he pretty much utilized the Guardian to crush Sora like a grapefruit, and yeah, how exactly did he get out of that since we just sort of woke up with the Sky of Severance? Well, you'll be seeing a little bit later, but let's just say that it involves a little bit of help from beyond the grave. But he might be closer than we think.
Ben! Now!
It's over!
Now that was sick as hell, dudes. But, yeah, in any case, though, yeah, I believe Aqua is also around about the level of, level 50, which is fitting, because it's pretty much around about the level she was, I think, during the Kingdom Hearts 3 prologue, or fragmentary passage, whatever's your poison, but, yeah, either way, that's probably why you're seeing a lot more health loss here, as opposed to my, well, build for Sora, which is pretty much there to tank everybody and take names, as indeed Sora is a wont to do. But yeah, this was also a rather experimental time, because I usually tend to go for Vanitas first, but I actually found out what happens if you try and get the whole thing, because I was actually curious, if you defeat Terra Xehanort, but then would you get you know, because, I mean, defeating Terra Xehanort involves freeing Terra, so if you beat him first, would that technically mean that you get Terra in the battle too? Well, as it turns out, and what we're going to be seeing right here, is that basically stinky darkness erupts from his butt, and then he's like, "Oh, no, I'm gonna have a sleep now." And yeah, he pretty much falls over, and that just leaves you to fight Vanitas, all on your lonesome. Oh my god, he's surfing! Well, Sora can do that too, except with help from Ephraimir and anything else. Oh my god, lasers! Oh, how I wish they homed in on him. There's nothing I enjoy more than giving people a taste of their own Medicini. But yeah, not really too much else to say about anything related to Vanitas. I mean, you know, his voice performance by Haley Joel Osment is still very deliciously evil. It's clear that he enjoys voicing the character, and yeah, I've already pretty much mentioned the whole spiel about, you know, Vanitas pretty much being darkness and all that, so, yeah, I think it's about time for another Editing Chaos Control until relevant cutscenes happen, so, Editing Chaos Control, activate. Right after this sick as hell scene, Ventus, take us in.
What happened to me? I leapt out of Terra's thoughts, and we fought Xehanort together.
Darkness awaits you!
That's it! This is Terra's heart! He must have protected me!
So, there you have it. Even though he was the Guardian, Terra did still have some degree of autonomy in his, being. And again, I did just kind of want to comment over this one scene once again, because again, if you've ever seen my Birth by Sleep commentary, you'll know that I wasn't very positive about the game, nor the Birth by Sleep trio and how they were split apart, and everything was pretty much written the way it was so that Xehanort had to win, in a bit of a bullshittily, bullshittily fashion. You know, in a way that it was sort of contrived for him to win, which again, I suppose it was etched, as it were, but... Yeah, to get to the salient point, however, again, like, I mean, even though I didn't like the Birth by Sleep trio, again, the whole reunion right here, the whole heartwarming cuddles and love that they feel for one another, even that got to the cold, blackened cockles of my heart. Because of all that they've went through, and now we've had a sequel game where they deal with all that stuff, and now they're happy again, and dear God... my babies, they're back together again. Okay, maybe that's going a little bit far, but I mean, again, you know what, my heart did go out to them. I did feel like their reunion was earned. And quite frankly, well, yeah. It's a sweet scene, and say what you will about Kingdom Hearts, but it does tend to hit a lot of the emotional spots quite nicely. I can't walk straight, that means you have to go on alone.
Put ourselves in danger.
Yeah, not like me. I'm Sora, and I never make mistakes, or rush in recklessly, or completely transgress the laws of space and time.
I got this.
He got this. Oh dear, this is what I was worried about. Thank goodness there's a cutscene coming up, because, yeah, I'm running on fumes a little bit, and, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. But luckily, cutscene go now.
Well, I guess this was inevitable. Who's the +1?
Inevitable indeed. And this guest of ours has an old score to settle with you. You are a traitor of darkness, as it is of light.
Well, guess I can live with that.
It is a being of whom we have no memories. A true nobody, hailing from the edge of oblivion.
The being before you was recreated from the records that were left by Vexen and the many experiments performed by young Xehanort.
It was erased from all memories, and it harbors absolutely no knowledge of who it really is. Even I had forgotten its existence. But like the others, I could not recall why. Truly, the perfect pawn created for this very battle.
So, who is it?
You called on one of the new 7 hearts. You must be desperate.
If I'm a traitor, then I guess Kyrie here is the trump card.
What?
So it's not desperation I see in you. It's foolishness and lunacy.
Huh?
Without the battle between the 7 lights and 13 darknesses, Kingdom Hearts requires the 7 hearts. That is why we seek to destroy the Guardians. Are you truly foolish enough to believe you can defeat us?
What do you think?
I think you'll lose, Axel.
Yeah, right!
Axel.
Even if you possess the strength, this being cannot be defeated by your hands. Even if memories are lost from you both.
All right. Let's find out! Wait. That Keyblade.
It's just like Sora's.
Are you... Is that you, Roxas?
Roxas.
No, it's not Roxas, Axel.
Roxas. Axel. A girl?
You with me?
Yep.
So yeah, that new cutscene, apart from giving Kyrie a little bit more screen time and everybody else, was pretty much just there to sort of explain how the hell they got Shion right back to the way in which she was, and yeah, while this is something I still have yet to do, is something I want to talk about regarding the secret reports. Yeah, they are technically in the game, but you unlock them by completing the battle gates, which, if you'll remember, when we first entered the Sky of Severance, was pretty much where, you know, you enter that little battle gate thing, you fight a bunch of Heartless, and, you know, completing all of them, you get the secret reports. But, yeah, as you soon begin to learn, yeah, Syx was actually on our hero's side the entire time. And that was pretty much there to pretty much act as a clue where how he was triggering Shion's memory from being just a lifeless puppet into remembering who Axel was, and indeed sort of getting hearts to connect to each other once again. But likewise, there is a little bit more to, again, the 358 of a Days trio reuniting here, as it pretty much involves them fighting off against Syx and Xemnas, and, well, for lack of a better phrase, pretty much proclaiming their slave name. No, that is not Roxas, not the name that they were given. From now on, he shall be Horus X, and Leal X, and Number I X.
The memories are returning.
Useless puppet.
Shield!
Your Keyblade is no more. And still you think you can play at being a guardian of light? You can wait your turn. Also ran.
This is Roxas's heart? Oh. Why?
Sora,
Roxas?
I need your help.
Got it. I have an idea. Wait for my signal.
Okay. I need your help. There's something me and my friends have to reclaim. Something that connected our hearts. That's what's binding me to this world. The last key. I need your help to get it back.
Got it. I have an idea. Wait for my signal. Roxas! Now! Hit! Yeah!
Now watch as your friends slowly vanish into nothing. These useless pawns must be cleared from the board.
Oh yeah, now we have no choice but to play as Roxas, and he is incredibly fucking powerful. And I believe, even in the base game, if you actually just sort of leave Sora idle, Roxas will pretty much do a vast majority of the work, actually, so, yeah. But this does come with a little something extra, with a unique special ability, courtesy of our Deus Trio teaming up.
Axel!
Alright. Ready to get wild? Let's go!
Can't wait.
Burn! Now, the big finale! Eyes out! Time to wake up!
Victory! Yeah, this is sick as hell, and I absolutely fucking love this. But yeah, to talk about anything else you saw in that cutscene beforehand, yeah, there is actually more to do with Kairi, so again, she does... The Remind DLC does address some of the complaints that, you know, both the Japanese voice actors and indeed a fair few of the fans had with Kairi being weak and useless, so she does get a few more moments in this DLC. It's just kind of a shame that they didn't really build up to a lot of it, and hopefully this is something that Kingdom Hearts 4 fixes, because, yeah, come on, I mean, she's one of the purported main characters, so you kind of wanted to do a little bit more. I mean, again, you're having her in this combat role, so, you know, it would be nice to actually see her utilize her Keyblade skills, and you are going to be seeing that, again, even though she's inexperienced, Kairi does in fact have the potential to be one of the most powerful Keyblade wielders in existence, in tandem with her being, you know, the Princess of Hearts, a maiden of pure light. And yeah, also a cool, unique Keyblade transformation for Axel. Yeah, he can pretty much get his flame chakrams back and utilize it that way. Kinda makes me wish we had a playable Axel, actually, because that would be sick as hell. Now go back to sleep, Isa.
Roxas, shield! Get what's ours!
Is this the sigil?
Yeah. That's the mark Xemnas gave us. It's what connected us from the start. It's the foundation of the bond we share.
The mark will disappear along with Xemnas, and that's fine. I just wanted to reclaim it for myself. It's how our bond came to be.
This is the connection we needed.
That's why I needed Sora's help. So that we could end this battle. Once and for all.
Oh, dearie me, how we pretty much return to the realm of the living, where he pretty much just grabs Kyrie's arm and pretty much goes like, and then she ends up disappearing. It is important to note, though, that again, part of the reason this whole thing is going on and why Kyrie isn't technically dead is because, again, Xehanort pretty much used Kyrie as insurance to get Sora's motivation. So, yeah, that's pretty much why she ended up crystallized in a Final Fantasy 13 kind of way, where she finally fulfilled her focus, and now she can become a Lassie or whatever.
Rest, Axel.
I mean, given some of the Virum Rex stuff, it does make me wonder how much of the Final Fantasy 13 stuff was gonna be inside that game, because, I mean, lore-wise, Final Fantasy 13 is, again, if you think Kingdom Hearts is a bit fucking Brobdinagian, you ain't seen nothing yet until you're read up on what a Fossey is, and a Lassie, and the lightning, and the Thundaga stuff. But yeah, in any case, though, I guess to kind of talk about Kingdom Hearts characters who, I'd say have pretty much done their duty, Riku, and I suppose in that sense, I'd say, the likes of Roxas and Shion, I'd say their character arcs are pretty much done, especially since, a lot of the reason why they were brought back was not necessarily out of fan demand, but because they were just well liked by a lot of people, including the development team, so yeah. I do think, story-wise, a lot of their arc is done, but I don't know. By that same token, though, again, I wouldn't be averse to seeing them again, but I do hope newer characters and some of the ones that aren't really too fleshed out do get their chance to shine, but that's really all I have to say on the matter. Lee and Isa, on the other hand, as we're fighting them right now, yeah, I think they're definitely going to have a little bit more to say with Subject X, whoever that may be. Again, is it meant to be someone we haven't met just yet, or is it going to be related to the likes of, well, Scold from Union Cross, who was what I suspected to be, but that's neither here nor there in this case, so, yeah, you know what, fuck it, I'm really starting to get lazy with my Chaos Control editing, so, I'll just let this cutscene play out again, and you can weep teary-eyed all over the 358 over 2 days trio.
Ven, Aqua, Terra, Roxas, and me. That's a total of 5 Guardians. I just need to follow the hearts of 2 more. Then I'll reach Kyrie. The question is when.
So yeah, we are getting closer to tracking down where Kyrie's heart is located, but yeah, events pretty much have to play out to a certain point before we can actually rescue her, which, again, negative first impression, the padding, she be mighty padded, like Captain Paddington of Paddington Station, Marmalade, whatever. In any case, another editing chaos control for the battle against the 3 Xehanorts featuring Homer Simpson, and yeah, that's pretty much going to be our fight against the main 3 Xehanorts where nothing really changes. And I'll pretty much be back to talk over the last cutscene, and that'll pretty much be me for today, as I give my throat a mighty break. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. By the way, that was the Master of Master's eye. It's staring back at you. It's looking at you, kid. But yeah, more usage out of the ultimate weapon that you didn't really get to see. Don't worry, you will be seeing it in action a little bit later. Just getting rid of all the padding first. But yeah, to kind of talk about this, and I was tempted to let some of these scenes play out as, yeah, as you can hear, or did hear much earlier on, yeah, Master Xehanort has a new voice actor because shortly after Kingdom Hearts 3 was released, Ruka Hauer, who voiced him in the base game, sadly ended up passing away, so yeah, his voice was taken over by Christopher Lloyd, who, again, Doc Brown from Back to the Future, Reverend Jim from Taxi, and, you know, a great plethora of several voices and stuff over the years. But yeah, he's pretty much voicing Master Xehanort, and I will say that, I mean, out of all the voices that I was hoping would replace Leonard Nimoy, Christopher Lloyd was actually the one I actually had in mind for years after his death, because, again, I think he gets down some of Xehanort's hamminess down quite well, and, yeah. I mean, I still prefer Nimoy over the role hands down, but Christopher Lloyd, pretty good replacement, and I really like him in the role. By the way, there's a video out there on YouTube, I believe, or at least there was a video about that, which basically titled this, Old Man Finishes Young Girl. YouTube guidelines wouldn't allow that today. But yeah, voice actor trivia about Christopher Lloyd aside, yeah, he is pretty much our incumbent voice of Xehanort, and yeah, hopefully there's no sort of fucking Superman curse attached to the Xehanort name, because, goodness knows we don't really need anything bad to happen to Ben Diskin or Christopher Lloyd. At least before their time. But yeah, in any case, it's also one of the rare times we actually get to see Ultima and Stop Magic. So yeah, Mickey knows Ultima, one of the more powerful Final Fantasy spells, and yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote, really.
Your Majesty! Riku!
Sora! Solidus-Skully! Yes, I'm in the game too! And that was just Xehanort being a dick.
The Keyblade War will finally reach its conclusion.
And there are people outside. If I talk loudly, they might hear me as I talk about Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, to kind of go back to brass tacks as to what I was talking about earlier, yeah, he forges the Keyblade and Keyblade, Kaiblade, whatever's your poison. And, yeah, Skullbred Kylum isn't Kingdom Hearts itself. It's pretty much a bridgeway between Xehanort's dream into the realm of death. That is Kingdom Hearts in and of itself, which I guess I'm going to talk about what that realm might be. I guess it might be, well, again, from what I can interpret at the very least, it seems to be like a sort of soul nexus where all hearts pretty much gather. Again, to create energy, to create life. It's rather curious, really. I'm sure there's probably some sort of Hellenic influence probably designing it in terms of some sort of divine creation, but, I don't know, it is quite curious. I do hope we finally get to travel to Kingdom Hearts one day, but, it's neither here nor there in this case. But anyway, Dawn and Goofy Shaw to pretty much say, dry your tears, gorgeous, we're here to save you. Oh no, by the way, if I can talk about the Ultima weapons design, I actually like that the little trident prongs on the end of the Keyblade is actually the Kingdom Hearts 3 logo. Pretty good. But yeah, in essence, basically it's a race against time for Sora to recover Kairi's pieces before all of these events play out, and yeah, that's why by the time we actually get to Skullbred Kylum, things are going to play out a little bit differently, and, well, we actually get to some of the cooler parts of the DLC, which actually have unique gameplay segments, and allow us to explore the town in question, so, yeah. Again, we finally pushed through all the suck, just as soon as we're finished with this cutscene, and then we can bring in the love. So let's see if I got any trivia to pass the wee hours before we finally get over there. Let's see, I've already talked about that, talked about this, talked about that. Fuck. Don't really have much of anything really, but, yeah, needless to say, repeated cutscenes pretty much stop right after this part, so don't worry, you are going to be getting new things. Albeit with one or two repeats here and there as we see basically another side of the conflict, but, yeah, neither here nor there in this case. And this is pretty much them explaining what I've already explained to you in terms of everything else. Dream Drop Distance, it plays a much bigger role in the events of this game than you might think, which probably explains why people jumping from Kingdom Hearts 2 to 3 were left in the dust, but then again, Kingdom Hearts is an investment.
Understood.
Yeah, uh-huh. Whoa-ho. Anime response.
What? Kingdom Hearts is a much bigger threat.
Yes, it's a much bigger threat to our wallets, to our time. I mean, seriously, consider how long the franchise has been going on. I mean, it's been going on for nigh 20 years at this stage. Even longer than that, actually. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 2, I believe, is turning 20 years old this year. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, I mean, this franchise is pretty up there, and, you know, the fact that...
I got this.
In any case, this cutscene's pretty much almost over now. I don't really have much else to say, but, yeah, the broskies, Donald and Goofy, teaming up with Sora one last time. Well, hopefully for a couple of more times, actually, because, I mean, they are looking for Sora in Kingdom Hearts 4, so... yeah.
Without Keyblades, it's not like we'll be much help here.
Donald and Goofy. They're bros even if they don't have Keyblades.
3 half pints together again.
Oh yeah, I could go for a couple of pints myself. Hey, you were talking about the beer, right?
The darkness is spreading.
Jason Doring, earning that paycheck by being absolutely monotone. You know what, I tell a lie, I mean, Jason Doring does at least give a decent performance here and there, and his performance is terror. It's just that, I don't know, he has kind of like an H. John Benjamin kind of quality where he doesn't really bother to change up his voice that much, and can pretty much get paychecks by just being a monotone fucko. And earning lots of money. Or however much voice acting pays these days. I'd imagine it's very much like living paycheck to paycheck. Like we all live these days. So on that note, I'm Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal. And after this little cutscene right here, well, onwards to new adventures in Kingdom Hearts 3, the Remind DLC. Bye-bye.
And so, the final battle ended, but Kairi didn't return. Even if I continue the search with my past self, I won't find her. What should I do? Kairi, where are you? Master Xehanort's portal. Huh?